Hello and welcome to the Indie Game of the Week. My name is Martyr and this is Shadowrun Returns. If this is your first time watching, this is where we try to shine a little light on those games that don't have as much fat cash, the big PR departments, and try to show you how amazing these games are. Shadowrun Returns was released in July 2013. It's a tactical role-playing game published by Harebrained Schemes, which was led by one of the original creators of Shadowrun, Jordan Weissman, which I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Shadowrun Returns is based off of an old role-playing game, an old pen and paper role-playing game that actually released in 1989, way back in the day, guys. So I'm going to show you this game. I actually own this game. This game is actually already released, but to be honest with you, it's such a great game that I wanted to share it with you guys. So I'm going to do that right now. I'm going to show you basically kind of the first character creation, give you kind of an explanation of everything you're seeing here, maybe the first mission, hopefully. So Shadowrun Returns is a kind of a role-playing game. It is a tactical RPG, like I said earlier, and one of the very cool things about this game is that it has you can create your own campaigns, your own storylines, and you can fill it with your own characters, practically your own universe, practically. So, but for the purposes of this video, I'm just going to show you what the campaign that comes with the game. But I just want you to know that this game has infinite possibilities as far as replayability. The players out there have created some really good stuff, and I know I've enjoyed it a lot. But for the purposes of this, I'm just going to show you the base campaign here. Okay, so this is the character creator. And of course, you can be male or female. I'm going to be male. And basically, the game is kind of like a dystopian future where magic and technology have mashed together and things have just gone to hell, basically. There's dragons, there's elves, the whole shebang. But somehow they've managed to live harmoniously. And if you go and look, you can find books and so much source material about the Shadowrun universe. And I suggest you to go ahead, if you're interested in this game, go ahead and read that stuff, because the universe is so immersive and so large, you won't regret it. So anyways, like I was saying, there's different races. There's trolls, orcs, dwarves, elves, and of course humans. There's more races, but these are the ones that are just playable in this game. So let's go ahead and make a dwarf. I think that's pretty neat. Now, the game, Shadowrun, is a lot more free when it comes to classes. There is certain character types, for instance, a street samurai or mage, and they're kind of offshoots of healer and things like that. It's kind of the typical roles you may know of. But they don't necessarily force you down that path. One of the best things about Shadowrun Returns is that it wants you to be versatile. It wants you to think on your feet and be able to do a little bit of everything if you can. Now, mind you, if you choose to focus in something, it's probably going to be better. It's more of a team-focused thing. It's more about Shadowrunners basically are kind of like mercenaries that you hire, and each one has their own specialization. Now, if you want to be specialized in something, you can. If you don't want to, you don't have to be. But for the purposes of this, there's Street Samurai, which is kind of like your gun-toting, sword-slashing psychopath. Mage, really nothing more to explain there. They manipulate magic, pretty simplistic. A Decker, okay, now one of the Deckers is kind of like, they basically hack computers. But in Shadowrun, their computers have evolved to the point where they're kind of like virtual reality. You have to remember this was in the 80s, and VR was a big thing back then. So it's kind of stuck, but it's stuck through the years, as it were. And Deckers basically hack into like this matrix virtual reality thing and can kind of manipulate cameras and systems through that. So that's what they do, and that is implemented into this game. I've played with it. It's pretty fun. So let's move along here. We got Shaman. They can channel spirits and summon things. Riggers are kind of like techies. They have like these drones that they drive around and basically can blast things and take care of things for you. They basically have pets. Basically, best way to describe it. And the physical adept. Physical adept, basically, where you don't want to necessarily use a gun. You don't necessarily want to use a katana, even though you can use melee weapons. Actually, this was my class. This is the one I picked for my campaign, and they rocked, by the way. But they are very powerful. They are really good, just hardy, in-your-face tanks. But for the purposes of this, I'm just going to pick quick street samurai, so I can actually show you the game, what it's like. The game does have some customization features, not as in depth as you may hope. We're going to go ahead and just make a white, weird-looking dwarf dude. I like bald. What about you guys? Bald, big bearded dwarf. And his beard will be, of course, black. There you go. Now you get to spend your karma. Now, because I picked Street Samurai, most of my karma's been spent for me in areas that it thinks I should have my karma spent. This isn't necessarily forced. You can take your points out of things and put them wherever you want. For instance, I have no plans, for instance, of using... well, I don't think I can reverse it right now. But if you go to customize, you can place points wherever you want. But I have no plans of using any of my melee weapons, so I'm just going to go ahead and get some points here in ranged combat. I'm going to go SMG, and let's go ahead and get shotgun. And let's see what else. There's a lot of skills, and they all do different things, which is the game's pretty customizable. It's very dope. I like that a lot, to be honest with you. Let's go ahead and get a. Oh, we already have a new etiquette. Okay, so I don't need to click that. Etiquette basically lets you open up additional dialogue options, basically. I already have pretty much all my points. I'm going to actually keep that 1 point for later. And it lets you choose an etiquette. Like I said, these let you have like different conversation paths open up. They kind of affect the storyline. One thing I should tell you, though, about Shadowrun Returns, at least in the base campaign, it is very linear. And linear basically means that the story is very straightforward. There is room to kind of do other jobs and not follow the main storyline. For the most part, you're going to be doing the storyline and moving forward. Now, with the modding that they've created in the map editor, people have started to create these vast open maps where you don't really necessarily have a goal. You can do whatever you want. So I'm going to go ahead and pick a Shadowrunner. I'm going to name my character Martyr. And this is how the campaign starts. Down and out. Your apartment, 3 o'clock in the morning. It's got 4 walls, a roof, and isn't on fire. Even the cockroaches have fled in search of better accommodations. Not exactly a runner's dream pad, but right now it's about all you have left. Running the shadows, but in all about a feast or famine. One day you're Nova hot working jobs that allows you to eat 5-star restaurants. The next, well, you're here. This one's a famine for the ages. Slagging fixer hasn't called. The money's run out, and then some sinless and free to starve in the cracks of society run by megacorps who just want your annoying. Something needs to change soon. That's one thing I should probably have told you. Shadowrun has its own slang, its own, I guess you could say, its own glossary of words. Nyoin is money. Sinless is basically, a sin is kind of like this identification card. Imagine it's like your personal ID. And the universe is very immersive. Once you start learning the words and all that, the game does a very good job of bringing you in and make you actually feel as if you're playing in that universe. Continuing on here. This is the actual game, and it's kind of like XCOM. You can click around and move your character around to different areas, and the game will try to kind of show you where certain things are to pay attention to them, and it'll pop up a description like that. And then when the actual combat starts, that's when things kind of change up and the scenario kind of changes. So let's go here. We got view personal calendar, nothing to do, move your contact list. These are all people apparently I know. And for the most part, it kind of creates a kind of a past history for you. Your video phone rings, jarring you. Who's calling you at 3 a.m.? The screen leaps to life, making you squint against its brightness. The face on the screen is laughing. Sam Watts. Hey, buddy. Hope I didn't catch you at a bad time. He giggles. He's drunk again, or worse. Where you been, Sam? I haven't heard from you in months. Another giggle. Oh, don't bother with your side of the conversation. I'm not really here. Just one reason for this vid. Someone finally geeked me. I'm dead. I probably had it coming. When you're an unsavory character like myself, you tend to associate with other unsavory characters who often partake in unsavory business, like you, for example. So why am I dead? Who knows? Probably my fault. I wonder where you are right now. I bet you hit a big payday and you're living high on the hog somewhere. Some of us are born winners and some of us are, well, me. Hey, you remember that Renruko I'm sorry, I hope I pronounced this correctly. Renruko run when things went to hell and we lost Dowd? Or maybe that makeshift saloon on the docks afterward? I really had your back that night, didn't I? Dowd, that's a name you haven't heard in a long time. So you can see the game's kind of linear, has a story. This is just the first mission to get you kind of like used to the combat. But the game itself is very neat, guys, and the arts, everything's been hand drawn. These pictures right here, all done, very neat. We're out in the open here, Martyr. Late for another appointment, Sagoma? Sarcasm doesn't suit you. Let's wait another 5. New Larry. You've been running with New Larry for about 6 months now. He's a combat major with a bad tattoo and a bad attitude. He knew Don almost as well as you did. Don never saw anybody die like that before, idiot. He shakes his head. I hate this fragging city, Martyr. It's wet and the rain feels like acid, and I want out of here. Shut your screamer about the rain. We lost a man tonight. Sorry, I'm just really ready to go home. Portland's way more than my speed. I don't know, Martyr. Sam is a good guy and can hold his own in a fight, but he's been hitting the bottle pretty good lately. Never on a run so far, but he needs watching. That run went sideways 9 ways to Sunday. Now the fixer is late. What do you think we should do? I don't know. I'm not the brains of the operation, but I'm thinking we slot and run. The money's just not worth what happened to Dowd. Cut the Drek, Sam. Drek is, well, shit. We both know why Dowd went down, and was the fixer or some other paranoid chip dream of yours. Sam smiles, a toothy smile. I've been waiting for this all night. New Larry has something he wants to say, don't you, Larry? Go ahead, spill it. You were sloppy. Let's see. Sloppy, you think I was sloppy? You've been twitchy all day, son. You look at your hands, they're shaking. Own up, Sam. If you screwed up, admit it. You've been drinking, Sam. That true, Sam? Did you miss a beat back there? No, Mar, I didn't miss a beat. I was on my game the whole time. Remember, I was on point. New Larry was supposed to cover Dowd. Something dawns on him. He leans into New Larry and amusing and dangerous. We were set up, and he knows it, don't you, Larry? What was that call you made before we hit Miraku? How come you couldn't geek that guy before he unloaded on Dowd? I've seen you fling a lightning bolt, son. He should have been burnt toast before his guns cleared the holster. New Larry checks his watch, licks his lips, look over his shoulder in the darkness. He's looking for someone. It's not the fixer. Okay, I can see where this is going. You chummers are damaged. I'm out. How much did they pay you to sell us out, Larry? Honestly, it didn't take much, just enough to get me back to Portland and set up a cush corp job. I'm out of this racket. We've got incoming. Looks like my new Ren Rocker friends are finally here. They're going to take that hard drive off your corpse, buddy. We should choose our friends more carefully, Martyr. Buy you a drink after this? You owe me several. And this is kind of how combat starts. Like I said, it's kind of like XCOM. It's tactical. I'm going to close this because I actually know how to play the game. And your character has like action points, you can say. Like mine has 2. And you can move within the area to where you want and fire upon. I'm going to go kill New Larry. Not going to lie to you guys. And then where you are, depending on the terrain, affects how much cover you have. So I have a 99% chance to hit poor Larry over here. So I'm going to do that. Not much of a great shot, but hey, whatever. Let's see if I can kill New Larry here for his betrayal. Bastage. Let's see, let's have her. I don't really give a crap about her. It's best to focus on the same person if you can. There's also different kinds of attacks you can do. But for the most part, this game has a lot of different abilities, a lot of different things that can happen. And the game is can be pretty difficult depending on the battle. There's been plenty of times where I've just lost my cool and something bad happened. Oh, he's dead. Alright, I'm going to continue moving along here. You have med kits, you have magic, the whole shebang. Let me see if I can show you that. Does he have enough range to throw it at anybody? Yes, he does. Let's see if he can wing it at these guys. Unfortunately, he missed. Probably because he was too far out of range. She doesn't have anything. She does have a couple spells, though. Baritone. The bear heals all friends within 83 squares. No, I'm not going to really need that right now, I don't think. She's in trouble. Unfortunately, I don't have a healer, so she's probably going to stay hurt for a while. I'm going to take that guy out. I love shotguns, I have to say. And I'll actually take the time to go ahead and reload. Alright, I don't think I'm going to hit this guy, but well, I don't know. Oh, apparently I did. There we go. There we go, they're dead. Now, believe it or not, there's probably going to be more trouble here, so I'm going to go ahead and heal myself. better than nothing. And there's a certain ability that allows you to overwatch. I don't have that ability, unfortunately. So basically, all I can do is end my turn. More enemies are showing up, though. But like I said, guys, this game is very versatile. Has a lot of different things you can do. I got a gun. I doubt I'm going to hit anybody from this distance. So I'm going to go ahead and just take my 2 action points and move as close to the enemy as I can without hopefully exposing myself here. Doesn't look like... Well, I guess I can move here. What do you guys think? Let's move there. What the heck? Maybe I could sneak up on them or something. He might have a better shot at them. Nice job, Sam. Unfortunately, he's close to reloading, but you know, I'm going to see if I can take this guy out. And I did. She tried to take a pop shot on me. How dare she? Well, more guys have shown up. Not good. And I'm caught out in the open. So they have a shaman apparently over here. I'm going to try to kill him. I got him in a shot. Pretty sweet. Again, this isn't an example of the difficulty of the game, even though that was a hard shot I just took. Let's see here. Can I pop him from there? Yes, I can. Let's put 2 shots in him. Come on. Bam! Not the greatest shots, but hey. Alright, he has to reload, unfortunately. There we go. I'm going to move there, right in front of the guy's face, and shoot him in the face. Not great shots. Not great shots, guys. Hopefully he doesn't go for me. He did not, though, so that's the good news. And he's down. I'm going to go ahead and switch to Sam here because he's closer to the target. There we go. That's it. That's the first battle. You okay, Sam? That was a hell of a thing. Part of life, Sam. You know that. You were born for this gig, Martyr. Me, not so much. I think I'm going to hang it up. Find us brothel somewhere. Stay drunk until I can croak. What about you? I'll find a safe house out of town, lay low, and Ruko has a long memory. I do too. I don't forget my friends. If you didn't catch that, they're trying to make it like him because, well, sadly, he's dead. Anyways, so yeah, there's definitely many classes. The storyline is intense. It's fun. With modding, you can create your own storylines. You can make new characters, as many characters as you like. Unfortunately, there is no multiplayer right now. I don't know if that's something planned for the future. I do know they have a new campaign. A campaign they want to release sometime early next year, which I think will cost around somewhere in the neighborhood of $10. I'm not really sure. The game is currently on Steam, so I'm going to put a link in the description so you can go ahead and look at that. I hope I've maybe shown you something that enticed you to want to play this game. This game's a lot of fun, guys. It has a lot of aspects. There's the Matrix, there's magic, there's so much, guys. It's hard to all explain in one sitting. You can make your own custom character, make your own campaigns. There's a lot to this game, so I highly suggest that you go ahead and check this out. It's a hell of a story. It's a hell of a universe. But that has been the Indie Game of the Week, Shadowrun Returns.